My guy pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. I see both sides like
That is looking a lot more realistic at this moment.
Eating like I'm underworld. Had my tattoos.
Another thing with crippling ADHD is also a Virgo. Oh! That's a recipe for self-destruction right there. Why does stretching feel so nice? Like, why does that feel so good? You're literally just doing this. Oh, it feels lovely. Good morning, everyone. I had such a lovely evening yesterday. I tried to cycle to the gym, as I said, and then I ended up walking, and I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, it's going to take me a long time to get to the gym. It's not actually that far, but it's a lot quicker to cycle. And then I had a really lovely gym session. It was just really nice. There literally was no one in there, bar me. Timed that really brilliantly, so reading my book actually paid off. But I feel like I went at the perfect time because I just had my earphones in, I listened to Trixie and Katya's podcast, I listened to some music, just very chill, mellow vibes, which I know in a gym setting is not what everyone always wants because you typically want that upbeat energy. Whereas I feel like I do my best workouts when I'm most relaxed. And I really enjoyed myself. I then cycled home, made myself some dinner. I've been trying to watch actually the Summer I Turned Pretty because everyone's been talking about it and Anna and Freya are also watching it. So they always talk about it to me and I've seen a couple episodes but I just don't get it. I finished season 1 yesterday. I just really, really do not get it. I think it's because it's not aimed at me, so that I'm not meant to get it. I think even when I was younger, I wouldn't have found these men attractive. Not that they're ugly, but like they're meant to be like these hot, throbby men, and to me they just look like little boys, which is what they're meant to look like because they're meant to be 16, and obviously I'm not going to find someone that looks 16 attractive, but it's making me feel really old because like would I have found these men attractive when I was younger? I don't know, they just look like children, so I just can't get on board with it. And also, how is she having such a dilemma over the fact she fancies 2 brothers? Just fucking choose one. Like, you should be grateful that either of them are into you because people like me, no one's trying to fuck me. So just be grateful that both of them are game, okay? In fact, it's not even both of them. She had a boyfriend or something before. So she has 3 people after her. Jesus. Anyway, today's Saturday. It looks like a lovely day outside. I've actually got a really, really nice day. As you can probably imagine, I am currently sat reading my book. I'm nearly halfway through it and I need to slow down because Josh has not even started it yet. Josh bought me this book for my birthday and we did a book club at the start of the year, or was it last year? I don't know when exactly it was, but me and Josh had a book club together where we would read the same book, like we'd do the same amount of chapters and then we'd speak about it. And Josh has not even started reading it and we said we'd do the same for this, but I can't stop and he's going to be annoyed at me, but it's not my fault he's not decided to pick up the book. Today I'm going pottery painting with Freya. She actually booked this for my birthday and we put this date in the diary and it's finally here. So today me and Freya are going pottery painting. I don't know where we're going, I don't know what we're painting. I literally don't know anything other than the fact that Freya had said she'd booked this for my birthday and we're going at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm spending the morning drinking a cup of tea. I want to make myself avocado on toast actually, but for now it's tea and book and wake up because I'm really, really like this with my eyes, trying to keep my eyes open. Guys, I'll be honest. My book's kind of a little bit sexy. I'll be really honest. Bit of a sexy term in the book, but I feel like that's what makes all good books fun. Do you know when I look at people now, I never really understood. Well, I did understand why people read. That's such a silly thing to say. But like, I would see people obsessed with books, and I get it, they probably could have been reading a really wholesome fantasy book. But what I've realised is, a lot of these books that people read and obsess over, they're dead horny! They're dead horny. I don't want to throw people under the bus, but some of my friends are avid readers, and to the point where we'd all be in social settings and someone would have a Kindle out. And I would always think to myself, like, what are you reading that's that good? Like, what are you so invested in? Horny books is what they were reading. Cheeky little devil. And my book's getting excited. It's getting a little bit, it's getting a little bit gay up in here. Oh, what is in my pocket? Oh, a receipt. I pulled myself away from it because it is getting really brilliant to the point where I probably won't end up eating breakfast this morning if I don't get myself away from it now. And also, Freya's going to be home soon, so I need to make my breakfast before Freya gets back, before we go pottery painting and just blah blah blah. We're not going pottery painting for a few hours actually, but I just feel like I need to have eaten something before my mother gets home. The one thing that actually is really bugging me now about this book is the fact that Josh hasn't started it, because I'm itching to talk to someone about it. Not even necessarily talk to someone about it, but just like be like, oh my god. Like, there's just been a little bit of a turn in the book that I think I knew were going to happen. But now it's happening, I'm like, ooh, this is happening. And I just want to say to Josh, oh my god, did you see that coming? Because even though I did, I didn't. Do you know what I mean? But I can't do that because this stupid boy has not even started the book. Do you know what's so funny? I've not said this anywhere on the internet before, I don't think. Maybe I have. I can't remember if I have said this before or not. A few years ago, I actually started writing a book, and I go through stages of being obsessed with reading, and I'm just like, oh, there's not a book that I want to read, but then when there is a good book, I will read every book by that author. And I was reading a lot of murder mystery books, not the sexy kind, just like actual murder mystery books. And I really, really enjoyed it. And then I started reading these sexy gay books, and I thought, oh my god, sexy gay murder mystery book, but sexy. Crossover. And I wrote a full plan of a book that I think is a brilliant idea, and I think the title of it is brilliant. I think everything links together and is really brilliant. And I started writing it, and I wrote like a couple pages of it, but I'd like mind mapped the entire thing out and built all the characters up and all their personalities and everything. And I started then writing the book, and I stopped writing it. I just got bored one day and I'm like, do you know what, maybe this is not for me. Like, I'm writing this book to do what with it? Like, just gonna sit on my laptop? Like, what am I doing? It was very fun. But also, I'm not a writer. I'm from Sheffield. It was written in my tone of voice. I don't think it would have been a good or pleasurable read for anyone. But it was fun to think of a little concept and just throw some ideas out there. And I really enjoyed the little bits of it that I did do. Maybe I should pick it back up, because I feel like I've read a lot more books since then. This is typical. I do this all the time. If you watch my last vlog when Haz was laughing at me for wanting to become a film critic, this is why she was laughing, because I go through stages of being obsessed with something and then saying I want to dedicate my whole life to it, and then I'm just like, oh, that'll fun for a minute. Anyway, enough of me chattering on. Time to make avocado on toast. I went to a cafe, enough of me chattering on as I start to chatter again. I went to a cafe in London the other day for brunch with Anna and Callum as we left, and had the nicest avocado on toast, and it was spicy, and I don't know what I just cut my finger. Knives are sharp. Yeah, I had this avocado on toast and it was spicy, but it wasn't like, he hadn't put like chili flakes on it. There was like a paste on the actual bread that were making it spicy. And I'm not a spicy person, like I really don't enjoy spice. I'm the whitest white man you could ever imagine when it comes to my palate. I don't typically love spicy things. I was really caught off guard by how much I actually did quite enjoy the taste of it. Like, I didn't enjoy the spiciness of it, but the flavouring was quite nice. I don't know why I'm telling you that, because I don't know what it was. And I don't suppose anyone else works for that cafe to tell me what it was. And realistically, I'm lazy. I'm not going to make it myself. Like, this is enough work for me getting this avocado out of here. And you know what? That's going quite smoothly. Bonjour. What are you gonna do? Oh, this is a lot of choice. I don't know what it is. I was gonna do a mug, but like the guy said we've got lots of mugs. I think I'm gonna do a mug, and this is my mug shape of choice. Do you think I should get a different one with that?
I think you should get a different one. I just don't, yeah. I might even also get
a lot of stuff on it.
I think this like China one.
I've got my paint colours. I can't really remember what all these look like together, I'll be honest.
He said we have to wet the brush.
What?
We have to wet the brush and then dip it into the paint. Or do we just start painting?
I can't remember. Maybe just ask. Also, look how cute the design of this little can is that they sell here. So sweet.
Raspberry and pomegranate soda.
Yeah, so cute. This is my mug. We literally have just finished. We'll see how this comes out when it comes out the kiln. Hopefully, it's going to be super cute. Guys, I forgot to mention earlier, I realised, ignore my hat by the way, I look like a little gnome. I feel like I've looked like this all day, but I'm only just realising that I look a bit silly in this little hat. I realised earlier, which I didn't address, my camera's been on a weird setting. I know I said this the other day, and I'm dreading actually importing the footage onto my laptop because I'm scared that it's all going to be very yellow. But for some reason, my white balance on my camera had changed from being set to auto to manual. And it were on a really, really high temperature setting. And I did think when I was sat in the, when we got to the pottery painting place, I was like, why does everything look so yellow? And I think because the wall was yellow in there, I could really see for the first time just how much of a difference it was to actual real life. So I do apologise if the colours have just been all over the place, but I feel like this vlog's been very, very cute. So I'm going to continue as if nothing's happened. Usually I would probably just scrap everything and start again because it would really, really bother me. But I think this vlog's a cute little vlog. So we're going to keep going. It is now the evening time and Freya has in fact gone to a wedding reception. She is there this evening. She's coming back later, but I managed to get back a lot later because she's gone over for a drink. She's obviously going to the wedding reception. So I'm about to sit down and read my book. I just had some food, said goodbye to Freya, and I was like, okay, now I've got the house to myself. I'm going to sit and read my book. But I was like, you know what? It's a Saturday evening. I am going to pop down to Tesco's and I'm going to go and buy myself a olive wine. And we're going to have a couple of glasses of wine, read my book, eat snacks, and just have a really nice, chill Saturday evening. That's the plan. That is indeed the plan. So I'm going to go to Tesco's now and pick up a little bottle of wine. This is not good because, you know, when I finish this book, I'm going to be real bored. As in, like, I need to find something to fixate on after this. Also, cheers! Happy Saturday, girls! Happy Saturday! I often think, what am I going to be like when I'm like 50-something? And I honestly think I'll either have had a real mental breakdown and will actually be crazy. Like, you will see me in like flowy trousers and a t-shirt that I've painted myself, and like my house has got like so much furniture in, and there's like paint on the walls from where I just randomly decided to paint something, and it's just crazy, and I'm very eccentric and weird for the fact that I've actually had a breakdown, and that I'll have like crazy hair. Or on the flip side, I'll be like a housewife without the husband, but all my friends will be married with kids, and I'll be like the uncle to all these kids on an evening or on a weekend. But on a weekend, I will literally just sit in my house. I'll probably have a few French bulldogs, and I'll sit in my house and read and drink wine. And at Christmas, I'll go around to like my friends' houses whose kids like think of me as their like second parent or like their actual uncle. And this is making me a bit sad actually. Oh, I don't like this. Maybe I'll change the subject. I don't know why that's just made me feel really emotional. In the sense of I don't really want to be alone for the rest of my life. I'm not saying that. That's not what made me sad. It's made me sad being that I'll go around to my friend's house for Christmas as opposed to going around to my parents' house. I don't know what is wrong with me. That's just really sad though. Oh, what a lovely Saturday night. We're just about to read my gay sex book and drink a glass of wine. And now I'm crying about the fact one day my parents are going to be dead. Oh, fucking hell. Maybe I am closer to... Maybe the reality of me being crazy and I've lost the plot, that is looking a lot more realistic at this moment. I've had a mental breakdown. Okay, right, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to read my book. Let me know in the comments actually what you did this Saturday. What Saturday is it, so you can tell me exactly what you did at this very moment on this Saturday. It is 7 minutes? It is 18 minutes past 7 on Saturday the 13th of September. What do you reckon, if you can't remember, like actually, what were you doing currently whilst I'm sat reading this book and drinking a wine? You're probably having a lot more fun than me. In fact, I'm having a brilliant time, but in like the grand schemes of like fun, this is probably not the most fun, but I find it very fun. But like people will be out doing crazy things. What are you up to? Let me know. Right. I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm going to read my book. I know every step. I know every song. I know there's a place where I belong. Good morning, my vlog. It's now Tuesday. I didn't film. Someday, Monday, or even soon. I'm fucked up on the words right now. Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday. The last time I filmed actually was Saturday when me and Freya went pottery painting. I spent Sunday editing up my last vlog, which you'll have seen. It went up on Sunday. I literally was editing that all day, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit this evening, read my book, chill out, watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, and ooh, this is very hot. Just burnt my finger. I'm gonna put this down a sec. And then yesterday, I spent all day long working on a last minute pitch to pitch tomorrow, because tomorrow, I don't know why I've done this to myself. In fact, I do, and it's not last minute, it's something that I've thought about for a while. However, I have an event tomorrow with Channel 4. I went to one in London like a month or so ago, and it was really, really cool. Just basically listening to a bunch of people talk, a bunch of comedians were speaking there, a bunch of people on TV, just speaking about the industry and how to transition from social media to TV, and how Channel 4 partner with a lot of people on social media to help them achieve things such as TV and shows and sitcoms and just comedy sketches and just whatever the hell creatively you can think of, how they can be a network to lean on and to help you get to where you want to go. And it was really, really fun and really cool. However, there was a pitching session where 6 people had been shortlisted to pitch an idea to Channel 4 for it to sit either on Channel 4 or like Channel 4.0. You basically had 5 minutes to pitch your idea. And me and Anna went, we didn't realise that this was a thing. And then the one was like, oh, are you pitching today? And we were like, pitching what? Then what? What do you mean? Did not know that this were a possibility. Anyway, we missed the cut-off. You had to submit your pitch before you actually got to the event, blah, blah, blah. Didn't end up pitching our idea, but because of that, we sat there, and we've said so many times, there's been so many different ideas that we've had between us, where we're like, oh my God, this would be great for a TV show, or this would be great for like a YouTube series, or this would just be great to sit as a piece of content outside of our own social media. So it's not as though we just came up with a concept out of thin air when the woman said that, but since that day, we did sort of brainstorm a couple things, put together an idea, and I think the idea of the fact that we had the opportunity to pitch something and didn't and weren't able to do it, it sort of just sent us spiraling along a road of like, what if we could have had that opportunity? Anyway, fast forward a month or so, it is now obviously September. They're doing another one in Manchester, and I got invited to go along again and speak to different professionals, just obviously go spend the day there. It's a very long day. It's 11 while like 7 p.m. But in that, there's a bunch of talks, there's a bunch of seminars, there's a bunch of like worky sort of workshop events, there's a bunch of things happening. So I'm very, very excited to go. And then guess what? We got the opportunity again. They're doing the same thing. You basically present your idea to a judges panel of commissioners, editors, just people that work in the industry, and someone wins a £10,000 commissioning budget. So I did in fact have a last minute panic yesterday, and we're like, do you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Originally I said no, and I didn't want to pitch because Anna's not gonna be with me. Anna's in Paris currently, and I was going on my own. I was like, the last thing I feel like I have the confidence to do is stand up on my own and pitch an idea. So I originally said no, and the deadline closed. The deadline closed on Friday, and I woke up on Monday yesterday and we're like, oh my God, why am I not taking this opportunity? Why am I not doing it? Just because I'm not going to be able to be stood amongst someone that I'm comfortable with. Why would I not take this opportunity and just see if I can do it? So I spent the entire day yesterday making a pitch, making a presentation. I sent it over, and I have in fact been shortlisted for tomorrow's event to actually do a live pitch to the judges panel, which I am shitting myself about. I need to at some point write some little cue cards, because as much as I made this presentation, I haven't put all the information on there. It's more visually pleasing than it is informational, because I want to put this on the screen and I want to be the one to explain the ideas, and I want the explanation and stuff to come from my mouth. The stuff on screen is just putting a visual to what I'm saying, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's how I spent my morning. I need to get a show on the road. I have an ASOS parcel down here. As you can probably see, this angle, you can see everything in my bedroom. I need to unbox that ASOS parcel. I want to film some reels. So you're probably not going to hear from me until I've done that, because I desperately need to get that done. I need to get a move on. I want to go to the gym. I went to the gym yesterday. I had a lovely little gym session. And I also need to sit at some point and really go over this pitch that I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know how this has happened. Don't we just have a moment of feeling brave? I had a moment of feeling brave. And I think also because I knew that the deadline had already passed, that it were a bit of a shot in the dark. So I felt more confident knowing that there's a potential that they could just turn around and not even look at it and just be like, oh, the deadline's closed, and now here we are, and I'm pitching tomorrow. So I've pulled out the pitch. I don't know why I've done this. I I literally said this morning that I've been working on this pitch, which I had done. I have worked on this pitch. I don't know if I can show you a little sneak peek. In fact, if I can show you one slide, it's not going to give anything away, because I still think this is a great pitch, and I still think this could be something that's really cool. I just don't know. Like, I'm not joking, guys. I sat and did a full pitch. Like, I weren't just saying it. I even made me an Anna bobbleheads. Okay. I had a real fun time making this pitch, but I have in fact just text my manager saying, can you pull me out? I don't want it to seem as though I've just got cold feet, because I really haven't got cold feet. I would still do it. However, I got sent over all the information, like a pack of information of everything I need to have prepared and do before tomorrow. And the more I were reading, like, they sent me over like a brief contract of if you were to win the money. This is sort of what, it's not really a prize, it's not advertised as a competition either. But if you were to be successful with the pitch and you were to be granted the money, this is sort of what it would look like. And the more I read it, I don't know if I've completely misjudged what I want it to be. Like, I've written and done a concept for a reality type of challenge-based program, whereas I think they're looking for a concept that could work really, really well as short form, and not that the concept that me and Anna have put together couldn't work for both long and short form. The short form would be just cut downs of the long form version, so without the long form version, the short form wouldn't really make sense or have any leg or substance to just stand alone as a piece of content. So I just said to my manager, I feel like if I were to go up on stage and pitch this idea to this panel of judges, I feel like it was like me auditioning for X Factor and breakdancing on stage and not singing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I still could potentially get something out of it. I don't think if you went on X Factor and didn't sing, you'd get anything out of it. But it's still standing in front of the right room of people, pitching an idea that could be great, but it's also potentially not the right time or the right moment. Like, I'd practiced it to a timer that was so weird. The microwave timer went off as I said timer. I practiced it to make sure I could get everything in 5 minutes, and I could, and like, I'm not underprepared. I just think maybe I am aiming to pitch something in the wrong scenario. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're looking for short form content and I'm going in there with like a full long form idea. Anyway, I'm making myself a jacket potato. Just gonna end that there. Cheerio. I can't believe how dark it's getting so quickly these days. Like, it feels as though... Ow, this is hot. It feels as though we had 2 weeks of summer and now, bye, it's raining on and off all day. I've been looking out the window all day, on and off rain. Ooh, ever so hot jacket potato. New meaning of hot potato, right there. I feel like this every year. I don't feel like I took advantage of summer. I don't feel like I went outside enough. I don't feel like I spent enough time with my friends in the sun. I don't feel like I went to beer gardens. I didn't meet any new people really. I just don't feel like I experienced or took advantage of living in a big city in summer. And I do this every single year, and this happens every single year. So this is not a new thing. I always tell myself I'm gonna be outside, I'm gonna enjoy people, I'm gonna have fun, and I've had a real fun blast, and we've done a lot of cool shit, and I've seen my friends hell of a lot. But I just feel like now it's dawned on me that it's gonna get gloomy and dark, and no one's gonna really want to go outside and do things. And now I'm like, oh, didn't know what I had until it's gone. That's not even a song. What the hell am I thinking of? Do you know what I mean? Does anyone else feel like that? I feel like I constantly, in fact this is just a pattern in my life, I feel like I constantly feel like I'm not seizing the moment, even though I am in the moment. But once the moment's passed, I look back, maybe I'm just an overthinker. An overthinker with crippling ADHD who's also a Virgo. Oh! That's a recipe for self-destruction right there. Do you know what I mean? That I can never just let a memory be or a time of my life just exist and know that I really enjoyed it, because then I second guess myself and I'm like, could I have done more? Could I have enjoyed it more? Did I actually enjoy it? Am I convincing myself that something was fun when it weren't fun, or did I actually have fun? Do you know what I mean? In fact, I really hope you don't know what I mean, if I'm honest, because if you relate to anything I'm saying, good luck, Charlie. Do I want cheese on this jacket potato? I feel like you can't have a jacket potato without having cheese on it, but This cheese is really cold, so I don't think it's going to melt on top of the jacket potato. Oh, I'm going to have tuna on it. Ooh. I would rather tuna mayo over tuna salad cream, but I don't have any mayo. Oh my god, I'm going to change my hair flavour. I feel like a fool. I feel like such a fool. I remember when everyone were doing aeropads. Like Anna did one, loads of people did them, and loads of people did aeropads, and I thought, oh yeah, whatever. Is it really that great? Whatever. It's just like a thing that everyone's doing because they're getting paid to do it. And then guess what? I got an aeropad. I've already done it. This is not an ad. Like a month ago, but they sent me out the products a couple of weeks before I had to film or do anything. So I would just ended up using this water bottle. Not that I didn't think it didn't work. I just feel like, I'm not buying into this bullshit because everyone's talking about it. I do that a lot with everything. In fact, I do that with TV series. As I've spent many hours watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, saying I hate it, but I just want to be involved with everyone else. When it comes to things usually, never watched Orange is the New Black, never watched Twilight, I've never watched Prison Break, I've never watched Friends, I've never watched The Office, all these things that people talk about. I don't know why Summer I Turned Pretty is the first one I'm doing, but I feel like when there's hysteria and hype around things, it makes me less obliged to believe it. And I know I do social media as well for my job, but I feel like I'm very honest. If I don't like something, I'm going to tell you I don't like it, whereas I don't trust anyone else. I don't trust these fake phony cunts. So when everyone was talking about Air Up, saying it's brilliant, I thought, is it really brilliant? Guys, it's brilliant. I'm not even just saying that because I've worked with them in the past, like genuinely, they're probably never going to work with me again because I've said I didn't believe anyone else the first time around. But it's one of them things where don't knock it till you try it. And I don't know why I'm saying this is not even an ad. I'm just going to change the fucking pod in my air bottle. I feel like this is starting to sound like some sort of paid affiliation. I wish it was. I actually genuinely will continue to buy new pods for my water bottle. It's making me drink a lot more water and I'm enjoying just being like, oh, what flavour is this water? Coca-Cola, I love it. What's the old saying? May I eat my words? Because I was indeed wrong. I do this a lot, I've realised. I really dig my heels in about something that I think I'm not going to enjoy. And then I enjoy it. And then just cannot go back on my word, so that I have to just pretend I hate it still. This feels like a fucking ad, I swear. It's not an ad. I actually just have nothing else going on in my life at this point, so I'm fucking talking about an air bottle. Well, I'm not sure if I like this one. Not my favourite so far. Did prefer the peach, but you know what? A little bit of guava. Quite nice actually. Quite nice. Guess what I'm about to watch? My friend Kyra went on a, what is it called? It's like not a retreat, but like a health retreat thing. If you follow Kyra May on TikTok, you'll have seen. She did this thing where she went to a camp. I don't really want to explain it wrong because I don't actually really know where she went. I just watched a few videos. Anyway, they weren't allowed to scroll on their phones whilst they were eating. Like, they just had to focus on eating. And I've really realised I can't eat without anything on. I mean, I can, because obviously when I go to a restaurant, I'm not watching anything. But like in the comfort of my own home, part of my routine sitting down to eat anything will be finding something, and I will find something on my iPad before I start eating my food. And I don't know since when that's a thing, or if I've just, because I've grown up with a phone, I don't know when the hell to put it down. I feel like dinner time is just more pleasurable. But otherwise, what am I thinking about whilst I'm eating? Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you do if you don't watch something? Do you just sit and like, what's going through your head? Ooh, this potato, let's try it. Well, that's boring. What am I doing? I'm just looking around because I'm like, it's a bit awkward, isn't it? I'm just like chewing. After saying I don't like it, I am in fact going to resume The Summer I Turned Pretty. Because I'm a fucking fool if you haven't realised already.